Let's jump into, so you've made the commitment, you're going into the dental world, you know what kind of you're looking for. Are you using your own money at this point? Is it partners? Is it outside capital? How are you going to finance the first purchase?
Yeah, before that I personally had used some, like had passed the hat at the startup, the car startup,
Mm-hmm.
and then the beauty school chain was backed by a family office, but I mean essentially a sponsor, so a private equity group.
Mm-hmm.
And this time around, wanted to um, believe that we had the ability to fund the business ourselves. So our first couple transactions were done with 100% debt that came from a local bank, really small local bank in the community in the Chicagoland area, and that was based on balance sheet of myself and my partner, as
Mm-hmm.
well as personal guarantees for that debt.
Wow. Okay.
And so didn't need to have any outside capital. And the reason that wanted to do that is had experience on working for an institution and then having passing the hat on an investor's perspective, but wanted to keep more of the pie and found a way to do it from a financial engineering perspective. And the reason to keep more of the pie is you're working for yourself versus
Mm-hmm.
working for others. And dental is, and then in the industry, we're able to do that because there's low working capital and then there's also low capex.
Mm-hmm.
And the entry multiples on single locations, because of the risk that there's a provider, two providers, but if something happens there, there's a lot of key provider risk.
Mm-hmm.
And so your entry multiple on a single location is not that high. The two other alternative businesses that I was looking at was self-storage and then fleet refueling. And fleet refueling is you 3,000-gallon diesel truck going at night, refueling livery vehicles, so UPS, Coca-Cola, or construction sites.
Mm-hmm.
And both of those are incredibly capital intensive. And I would have to have raised money there, but would have raised money to fund working capital, which is, I think, personally, I believe that's a poor use of like equity in terms of why would I go give away equity just to fund working capital?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how came to all the opportunities and dental specifically. Another reason for that, as well as how we thought about the capital structure of that business out of the gate.
Was there opportunity for seller financing at all on those first couple of opportunities, or you just didn't need it?
I'm smiling because our first deal,
Yeah.
that's 9 months in, something around there. It was from an estate, so we couldn't get a dentist who was alive to sell to us, but a estate, like a dentist who had unfortunately passed away. That's how we were able to get it done. So the seller financing, like, it could have still happened there from an estate perspective, but we were these were smaller deals. We were just getting started. Um, we never asked for it because we had the line from the bank, and eventually we got to that where we were having seller financing, but we had track record credibility in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of historicals that sellers could see. And we were known in the community at that point, and they could talk to their colleagues who had previously sold
Mm-hmm.
and had earnouts and those type of things, or some holdbacks that they were getting paid. And so it was easier to do it at that point. Would have been much
Yeah.
harder out of the gate.